Hey, if you're looking to use African Fly or you're already using it and you want to get the most out of it, then stay tuned because what I'm going to do today is break down what you need to know about African Fly, how to use it, and getting the most out of it. What is it that you need to do? And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And as a coach of African Fly, I get a ton of information, tons of feedback about what guys are actually doing with African Fly. How is it working best for them? And I'm going to give you that information right now, specifically what you should and should not do when using African Fly, how to use the ESEIS system to get the most out of yourself for African Fly, and what supplements and other things you need to use and or avoid. And of course, as a bonus, we're going to give you that discount for African Fly. Just stay tuned to the end. And if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's go ahead and run down exactly what African Fly is. And basically, it's an all-natural liquid aphrodisiac made from 8 herbs that works to help increase testosterone and blood flow throughout your entire body. And with that, it helps increase your sex drive, increase your erection strength, how long you can last, and much more. And as I always say, it is a supplement, so it is supposed to supplement the things you are already doing. This is the reason why we have so much information. Of course, you can just go to africanfly.com. We got the blogs there. We have books written. We have the testimonials. It's a bunch of information that can help you with your journey. And along with African Fly, we developed the ESEIS system. That is ESEIS. And basically, it is a system that helps you figure out where you are and what improvements you need to make for yourself in order for African Fly to work better for you. The E stands for energy, and we're talking about the energy that you're eating, not the dead stuff, but the live fruits and vegetables, beans, and nuts that you're eating that helps build up your energy. And the S stands for sleep. Very simple. Sleep is basically where you get free money. Just by going to sleep, you actually increase your testosterone levels, and there's so many other benefits of getting a good night's sleep. And of course, exercise. We talk about exercise in the form of high intensity interval training and lifting heavy, which is great for building up your testosterone. The I is for intermittent fasting. Basically, your body needs a break from eating. So with intermittent fasting, you could stop eating for a good 16 hours. You have an 8-hour window to eat. Or when we say intermittent fasting, that just means basically maybe 3 or 4 days out of a month, you do a complete fast. And the S stands for soul. We're talking about your soul, how you communicate with the rest of the world. So we're talking about your stress levels. Are you meditating? Are you taking care of yourself and your relationships? All of these affect your soul, and they affect your erections. So really quickly, just going through how to take African Fly, and basically you're going to take it 3 times a day. We're talking about morning, afternoon, and early evening. If you take it late into the evening, it's a stimulant. It will keep you awake unless you're having sex or you're having some exercise. It's basically just 1 teaspoon per serving, and it comes with a dropper top too to help you easily get it out of the bottle. It does have a harsh taste, and that's because we don't cut it with anything. We want you to get the pure product. And how long it takes to work really depends on your level of sexual health. And this is one thing that's really important that most people don't even bother thinking about, but our goal is to get you to stop taking African Fly by using the information, by using African Fly to get to the point where you don't need it anymore, or just on an as-needed basis. So let's go ahead and jump into those things that you need to be aware of. And first of all, a lot of guys are always asking, can you use it with other herbs? Now, obviously, we can't test African Fly with every other herb out there because there are tons of them. But African Fly, as powerful as it is, it's all natural. We always say it's like eating a testosterone salad. So other things you add to the salad shouldn't be a problem. All you need to do is just test it. And when I say test it, if you're going to try African Fly with another product, try African Fly by itself, then try the other product by itself, give it a day's space in between just to see how they work by themselves. Then when you combine them, make sure you're paying attention so you know whether or not it's working well for you. And quick note, make sure you write it down. Don't trust your memory. You may be thinking that, oh yeah, it was great, it wasn't great, you don't remember, and then you do something that isn't helpful. We're just here to help. Adding it to drinks. Now, if you're trying to add it to a sugary drink like a soda or even fruit juice, well, the sugar in the juice is going to lower your testosterone, so adding a testosterone booster to that isn't going to be helpful. Adding it to coffee is really powerful. However, you do need to test yourself first to see if you can handle it. You're adding two stimulants together. Adding it to red wine is great for women. For guys, most of the time I'm telling you to avoid alcohol. In this case, also. But for women, adding African fly to red wine, very powerful. And of course, mixing it with alcohol is actually just a waste of time. You're taking a vitamin with a poison. Of course, that's not going to work. Using African fly with drugs, prescription drugs, nah, that's not a good idea. Especially if you're in a medical soup. You just have a whole bunch of medications. You have those pill boxes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they're filled to the brim. Nah, you don't need African fly. You need to get off of that. Using it with weed. It depends on the THC level. If it has high THC level, well, basically you're taking it with African fly. African fly is a stimulant. The THC level is a depressant. So you're going to be tired and happy at the same time, which isn't great for sex. Basically, having sex while stoned it's not a good look. So here are some main tips that you can use right away. First of all, be consistent. This is the most important part. You're trying to change your body. You're trying to move yourself on the upward cycle of health. So you need to be consistent with that. Use a journal. Just like athletes use journal to track how their progression is, you need to do that with your sex life also. Increasing the dosage. For those guys, especially as you get older, you may want to look at increasing the dosage. You do not have to worry about overdosing on African fly. I've tried that. Basically, all you're going to do is just piss out all the rest that your body can't use. Wear socks during sex. This is just one great way to keep the circulation flowing in your body. One of the side effects of African fly is that your hands and your feet will feel cooler because it is drawing the blood to your genital regions. And of course, you can use African fly to work out. A lot of guys do this because it increases your stamina, increases that testosterone so you can lift more and run longer. And of course, the biggest tip, have sex. The more sex you're having with African fly, the more blood flow you're getting into your penis, the better for your sexual health. So hitting those benefits again right quick, we're talking about an increase in your stamina. You get back up faster, you have stronger orgasms, and it also helps prevent premature ejaculation. Some of the side benefits that a lot of people don't know about: one, it helps guys with diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and that's because with type 2 diabetes, 50% of men with that disease have low testosterone. Of course, use it for workouts. It is a stimulant, so it can help keep you awake, but don't really use it just for that. And it does work for women. Make sure you check out the video that we have about African fly and women so you get more of that information. And to me, the biggest benefit of using African fly is that you get all this information. We have over 150 videos on YouTube breaking down all the information that you need. We have books that are already out and available. We have the blog online. We have the new book that should be coming out very soon called Go Hard. And all of that information is there to make you as good and healthy and have the knowledge to make the changes in your life. So once again, you don't have to use African fly for the rest of your life. So in conclusion, African fly builds testosterone and improves your blood flow so you have better sexual health and better erections. And make sure you're using the ESEIS system, the ESEIS, so that you can get the most out of yourself, which means you can get even more out of African fly. Our goal is to get you to stop taking African fly at some point while you're using our coaching and getting the information that you need. You want to be careful when you're using it with other herbs, and you want to be especially careful if you're trying to use it with medication. Make sure you're getting off the medication first. Adding it to poison like alcohol and using it with a ton of too strong weed is not helpful at all. Of course, the two biggest things: be consistent and use the information that we're giving you so you can get even better. Question of the day: if you're using African fly, have you noticed any extra benefits? Go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And as promised, discount code. So you can go to africanfly.com and get African Fly at a 15% discount. Just use the coupon code AF15. And as always, if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button so we can get some more of this information to you. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up. Peace out.